The scent of mesquite smoke hit me first, a thick, acrid cloud curling into the sky, laced with distant laughter from strangers I didn't know. My land, my quiet slice of green pasture and rolling hills, had become a circus. Folding tables, fancy grills, and clinking crystal wine glasses sprawled across my farm, uninvited. I squinted, the sheer nerve of it twisting my gut. At the center stood Patricia Sullivan, self-crowned HOA queen from the subdivision miles away, in a wide-brimmed hat and designer sandals, cocktail in one hand, clipboard in the other, barking orders like a drill sergeant. She'd once nagged me about my shed's color, despite my property being beyond her grasp. Now she'd commandeered my land like it was her personal estate. I marched forward, boots grinding gravel, pulse quickening. A dozen HOA types milled about, chuckling, sipping pricey drinks, acting like my farm was their private retreat. I spotted steaks sizzling on a grill. My steaks, from my cattle, raised and butchered by me. Kids plucked tomatoes off my vines like it was a buffet. My stomach churned, a slow, dangerous heat rising. This wasn't a party, it was a heist. "Excuse me," I said, loud enough to cut through the chatter. Heads turned. Patricia blinked, irritation flashing like I'd crashed her gala. "Oh, Tom," she cooed, voice syrupy. "So glad you could join us. Isn't this lovely?" I stared, wondering if she was joking or just that delusional. "What the hell's going on?" I kept my tone even, fists tightening. She sighed theatrically, waving a hand. "Oh, don't be so uptight. It's just a little neighborhood gathering, bringing folks together, enjoying good food in the open air." "In the open air?" I echoed, voice low. "Patricia, this is my land." She let out a tinkling laugh, like I'd said something quaint. "Well, it's not like you're using it all. This space just sitting here. It'd be a shame not to share." I took a slow breath, reining in my temper. "You didn't ask." "Oh, Tom, do we really need formalities? We're neighbors. It's a friendly barbecue." She gestured at the spread, tables, platters, a setup fit for a gourmet caterer. "We brought our own stuff." I raised an eyebrow, nodding at the grill. "That's my beef." Her smile flickered, but she rallied. "Well, yes, but just a few cuts. You've got plenty, right?" My jaw ached from clenching. "And my vegetables?" I pointed at the scattered harvest, tomatoes, peppers, herbs, tended for months, now snatched by strangers in luxury gear. She shrugged. "Tom, it's not a big deal. It's just food. We'll be gone soon. You won't even notice." I gave a dry laugh. "Oh, I'll notice." She sighed, exasperated. "This is why community matters. You need to be more neighborly." "Neighborly?" I repeated, the word bitter on my tongue. Patricia had stormed my land, helped herself to my stock, and now preached neighborliness. Tension buzzed under my skin like a live wire. Then I eased up, hands relaxed, shoulders dropped, a grin spreading. She narrowed her eyes. "What?" I shook my head. "Nothing. You're right. I should be neighborly." Her suspicion deepened, but her smugness blinded her. I pulled out my phone, made one call. 15 minutes later, trucks rumbled in. Dusty, beat-up farm rigs hauling my crew, the hungriest, hardest-working folks I knew. They piled out, stretching, sniffing the air. "Smells good." One grinned. Patricia stiffened as they grabbed plates, piling them high. HOA types shifted, their polite giggles fading to uneasy quiet as my people tore into the feast like wolves. I leaned back, arms crossed, watching the food vanish. Patricia sputtered, "Wait, who are these people?" I gave her an innocent look. "Just neighbors. Thought I'd invite them to this community shindig since we're sharing." Her face turned a furious red. "They're eating everything." I nodded. "Sure seems that way." A big farmhand chugged her fancy wine straight from the bottle, wiped his mouth, and grinned. "Nice party, ma'am." Patricia gaped, control slipping. I patted her shoulder. "Enjoy, Patricia. Next time, ask." I walked off, laughter and clinking plates trailing me. This was going to be good. The first sign Patricia was unraveling was the farmhand's roaring laughter. Deep, table-shaking bellows, not the HOA's dainty chuckles. Plates rattled as my crew dug in. Steaks gone in a flash, burgers snatched double-handed, sides vanishing like a locust swarm. Patricia's elegant barbecue dissolved into chaos. She froze, mouth flapping like a stranded fish. Hank, a grizzled rancher, tore into a steak, half chewing. Damn, this beef's top-notch. Luke, a younger hand, slapped his back. That's 'cause it's Tom's. No store-bought junk. Clara, balancing a food mountain, whistled past Patricia. Y'all throw a hell of a spread. Didn't know HOA folks had it in 'em. Patricia's fingers twitched, eyes darting as her perfect event crumbled. She whirled on me, voice shrill. Tom, you can't just bring people here. I leaned on a fence post, casual. Sure I can. It's my land. Being neighborly, like you said. Her jaw locked. They're eating everything. I feigned sympathy. Yeah, tough break. Should have planned for more. She looked to her HOA crowd for backup, but they were stunned, clutching plates like shields. A guy in a pink polo guarded his ribs. A woman gasped as a hand grabbed her wine bottle, chugging it. The music shifted. Someone pulled a banjo, strumming loud. Old Sam hollered a country tune. Boots stomped, hands clapped. My lawn turned into a rowdy dance floor. Patricia shrieked, "Stop this now!" No one did. It got louder. Two guys wrestled in the grass. Another taught an HOA stiff to two-step, only for him to crash into a table, spilling apps. Patricia's fists balled, face crimson. This is a disaster! I tilted my head. Depends who's looking. My crew's loving it. She pleaded with her guests. We can save this. Stay on our side. But they weren't listening. Some slipped to their cars. Others froze, too polite to bolt. Then Big Ray grabbed the last burger, sighed, food's gone, and turned to Patricia. Got more, ma'am? Her eye twitched. No. He patted his gut. Shame. I could eat more. That broke them. HOA folks fled, clutching empty plates, speeding off in their SUVs. In minutes, Patricia's pristine party was a trashed lawn. Plates scattered, chairs toppled, drinks spilled. She stood, shaking, alone. You ruined this. I gestured at the mess. No, Patricia, you did, when you threw a party on my land without asking. She gaped, searching for a spin, finding none. My crew, stuffed and happy, thanked me as they left, banjo notes fading into dusk. Patricia glared, venomous. This isn't over. I smiled. Hope not. She stormed off, heels sinking into the dirt. 3 days passed before Patricia struck back. I expected her to charge in, ranting about fairness, but she went quiet, too quiet. Then an envelope arrived, HOA logo, official looking. I ripped it open by my truck, grinning as I read, a complaint demanding $30,000 for disrupting a private event, $5,000 for food loss, $10,000 for reputational harm. I whistled, shaking my head. Patricia had lost it, thinking I'd pay for her theft. I called my lawyer Mike, a no BS guy who'd seen HOA nonsense before. I read it aloud. He chuckled. That's adorable. Want me to take it or play first? I grinned. I'll play. Prep the papers. Next morning, I hit the county office, filing my own complaint. Trespassing, theft, damage, backed by security footage of her crew taking my food, kids raiding my garden, witnesses galore. I sent Patricia my response that afternoon with an invoice. $35,000 for catering costs for 100, using my goods. If she wanted dirty, I'd show her how it's done. Word spread fast. HOA folks panicked, facing a lawsuit over Patricia's stunt. Some called, begging to settle, but I wasn't budging. 2 days later, she knocked, hair messy, eyes shadowed, arrogance gone. We need to talk, she said, smile forced. I leaned on the doorframe. Do we? She exhaled hard. Things got out of hand. This lawsuit, this bill, it's absurd. We're neighbours. Do you want court? I shrugged. Didn't till you demanded cash for a party you threw here, uninvited. Her smile wavered. A mistake. Let's drop it, move on. I paused. Tempting, but I don't start fights I can't win. She bristled. I can't pay $35,000. Your problem, I said coolly. Her nostrils flared. You want to be the petty farmer who sued us? I grinned. You're the one with the rep problem. Your HOA is ditching you, right? Her lips thinned. She knew. Drop your complaint, pay for my food, and I'll withdraw, I offered. Her eyes darkened. That's still $5,000. Better than 35, I said. She glared, then nodded stiffly. Fine. 2 days later, payment hit. Full $5,000. I dropped the suit, as promised. The next week, Patricia was ousted as HOA president, her own turning on her, unwilling to risk ruin over her barbecue blunder. I sat on my porch that evening, beer in hand, sun sinking, farm quiet again. Patricia's mess was gone, peace restored. She'd likely scheme again, but now she knew. My land wasn't hers to claim, and I wouldn't bend. Next time, she'd think twice. The fight was done, settled clear. I'd won.